there you have it. Monster Hunter 1, all the offline stuff, and a little bit of the online. I did do that one quest where I repelled the last Shanlong. But yeah, I guess I wanna conclude this, and we're just gonna go slay a kut-ku with the Great Sword, which is my main weapon, my favorite weapon, my usual weapon in the series. What am I forgetting? Herbs, that's right. I probably won't need it, but considering how the rest of the stream has gone, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take Sigmund, which I ground and I ground and I ground and I got it eventually. Oops, and I got it legitimately. So here we go. Kut-ku in the Forest and Hills. Let's do it. That I tried the Great Sword out just for fun, even though the Lance, I was committed to the Lance and Lance only to beat this game. But I was playing the Great Sword and I was surprised at just how playable it really is compared with the other weapons. And this is coming from somebody who started in 3 Ultimate and Monster Hunter World, playing the Great Sword in those games. But I played the Great Sword in this game, and I was like, this is strangely familiar in a way that I thought it wouldn't be. And I think I know why. The Great Sword is so slow. It's such a slow weapon with slow buildup that you don't have to mash, you don't have to like wildly swing the right analog stick around like you do for every other weapon. The attack animation is so slow anyway that any delay between pushing the analog stick and seeing the attack animation, it's not really noticeable. If you're playing like the Sword and Shield, which is one of the fastest weapons in the game, it's really noticeable. Like, you feel really sluggish and slow despite having a fast weapon. Dual swords might be the worst offender in that regard. But in this game, bam. And you do that, and you have so much time. You have so much time to follow up on each of these attacks and to chain together all of your moves that it's like really no big deal. Like, if I did a Greatsword playthrough, if I had done, I should say, a Greatsword playthrough instead of a Lance one, I would not be complaining nearly as much about the analog stick. So, I may as well show off, while I'm waiting for Kut-ku to show up, I may as well show off a glitch that has gotten me killed a few times. So, I'm running at the ledge, I've got the analog stick down right now. If I move it to the left, it's all the way to the left, I'm moving it, and now I'm holding the analog stick up. I can't prove it to you, but I have rotated the analog stick up. I'm holding it in every direction, and I can't move, because that's just the way the animations work in this game, and they didn't realize that this ledge would count as a jumping ledge. I don't know why it counts as a jumping ledge, because you can't jump off of it. There's nowhere to jump to. But the only way to get out of that is to let go of the analog stick or the run button or both. And it is an easy pitfall for any player because, you know, I'm pointed away from the cliff right now, but I am stuck here. And there's Kut-ku right on time. So we'll see how well I fare against the beast. Probably not all that well because I haven't hunted it in a while and I haven't used the greatsword in this game in a while. But it is a very powerful greatsword. And, you know, Kut-ku is not a very strong monster. Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, I forgot, we'll have to listen to this music. Maybe I should have tried to do the forest, jungle one instead. Well, anyway, this is one of the nice things about the greatsword, of course, is that your choice of attack is mostly based on like which way you want to attack, like which way you want to be stepping to stay in contact with the monster. So it's almost like greatsword attacks in this old game are a lot like the lance hopping where it basically, like, the attack itself is your positioning move, as well as your attacking move. Oh, glad I got Rathlow's armor. Can mitigate some of the damage there. I seem to remember that the walkthrough said that the wings of the kut-ku are its weak spot. It said something like, if you keep hitting its wings, it won't be able to go anywhere. Of course, as usual, I'm swinging wildly and missing my target. Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna say goodbye to this music, too. Monster Hunter has its ups and downs when it comes to the music. Wow, that's embarrassing. I got stun KO'd by the young kut-ku. As long as I don't get slain by it, it won't be that bad. Come on, I need you to do like a charging attack or something so I can... Yeah, see there, I was ready to hold down the sprint button and run, but if you do that, I was right up against the ledge and I would get stuck in that animation. Come on, young kut-ku, just run past me so that I have enough time to eat another first aid med. Come on, buddy, you know you want to. I guess he's not enraged anymore, so maybe it's actually easier to hit him. Okay, there we go. Now he's limping, so I can go after him. Boy, I forgot just how much of a difference it makes to... Oh, I forgot that was wind. I forgot how much of a difference it makes to have a higher maximum health. Because I got down pretty low. I almost got slain by the kut-ku. Oh, that was weird. I guess it saw me from back there, off screen. Because that was the camera moving to keep up with it. Oh man. I'll be happy to have the very generous 3 rations that Monster Hunter 3 quests give you again. There we go. Great sword. Young kut-ku kill. You know what? I will show off one other thing. There's one other thing that I managed to do with this game. Get out of here, Vespoid. Eat that. Look at that. Siegmund. Okay, so in my Memory 1 slot, I've got Elizabeth, who has now 112 hours. More than that, really. This is 112 saved hours. I did a lot of save scumming to get, like, the, to get some of these quests done and to get the rust shards I wanted. But this, I made a duplicate Elizabeth on my second save slot where I got a bunch of cool stuff that you can only get online because I was like, well, there's no way I'm bringing this game online, so I may as well cheat in a bunch of the materials to make all the cool online armor and weapons. So let's take a look at some of those. Is this the maid armor or maiden? But I'm going to switch to the Lao Shan Long armor because I think it looks cooler. What should I do? I want to just do another greatsword, if I'm being honest. The Red Dragon Sword, maybe? Where's the Insector? Yeah, I guess the Insector in this game doesn't have dragon element. Screw it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go fight a Diablos. What items do I have? Hang on. I've got to get some equipment. But I'll hunt a Diablos, I guess. Or no, you know what? I'll hunt a Velocidrome, because I need something that'll be quick, I guess. So I don't even need to bother with items, because Velocidrome is easy enough. There are codebreaker cheats you can get, where pressing combinations of the triggers will, you know, add or subtract, you know... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can press the triggers to increase or decrease the quantity of an item you selected in your inventory, and you can even, like, swap it out with the next item in memory, like the next item in reference memory. So, for example, iron ore is right next, iron ore is like right after, I think, the stone. And after iron ore is earth crystal and then macrolite, so you press the combo once to turn iron into earth crystal, and then again to turn it into macrolite, and so on. And so I use that to get all of these beautiful, like, Laoshan lung materials and firestone and other stuff that you can only get online to make stuff like the Insector. Because offline dual swords are awful. It's funny, going back here, I've been playing Generations Ultimate a lot. Oh wait, there it was. I just saw it running. It must have been in Zone 8 this whole time. It was funny to come back to the Forest and Hills in Generations Ultimate because it feels so much smaller. And I think it's the camera angle, honestly. But also the way that you move in that game is so different. That's part of the difference too. So here we go, I can go right attack, left attack. This is the only weapon that actually has like a different attacks for all 4 directions, and it is very silly. Oh, and I forgot, the Insector makes these weird sounds, doesn't it? Because it's made from Vespoid and Hornitar parts. Oh, I should have brought a power juice, I forgot. I even know the dual swords meta for this game, and I forgot about the one thing that you want to do. Oops. Let's see how long this animation is. Oh, it's not too long. I was worried. Well, that's interesting. Wow, did I knock the Velocidrome out of the air with that? That's crazy. I could get into the dual swords in this game if it wasn't for the fact that all of the offline ones are awful. And when I say they're awful, they just have like really bad sharpness, which is the worst thing for a dual swords to have. Like, dual swords really need to have good sharpness. Some weapons can get away with it, but not a dual sword. Oh, that's it. There was one other thing I wanted to show off. I can't believe I forgot already. But I'm going to abandon this quest because the thing that I saw on the weapon tree that I thought I could make but I couldn't, is a very, very special lance. And here at the end of my Monster Hunter 1 journey, I finally made it by cheating. And here it is. The Gatling Lance. So this thing might look kind of odd. Sure doesn't look like a regular lance now, does it? So the first item that you make this from, of course, is called what else? But the Gun Lance prototype. So this is basically where like the Gun Lance comes from, except that all this is. We'll do the Velocidrome quest again. This is really just a lance with fire element, and back in this game, fire element meant that you got a big explosion. That I think it looks significantly different than it does in later games. It's a kind of big fiery explosion that looks, at least if you hit a monster with it. I want to say it looks kind of like lance shelling, gun lance shelling. So, I don't know. This is not a gun lance by any means, but, you know, it kind of... Doesn't that seem a lot like gun lance shelling? Look at that, it's got the same sound effect too. Sorry, Aptonauts. Maybe I should have gone after like a bullfango. Let's hit some velocipraise with with this thing. What I wanted to do is I was going to hunt a Kezu with this, because Kezu is weak to fire. And it's not a great lance, but it is still pretty cool. Look at that. One hit kill. How strong is this thing anyway? 345. It's not great, but look at that sharpness. Beautiful. That's like Babel Lance sharpness. Bang. And look, you've got like these circular cartridges to reload the weapon. It's pretty cool.